and give it a bit of a hit down. Don't miss, my fingers are there. Hi, I'm Samantha, Creative Director of Dance Parent 101, and today I'm doing a double ballet bar with PVC and wood. Ta-da! That's the bar that we're going to be making today. So this piece here is wood, and it goes right through those T pieces. And this again is your other piece of wood, and that's why we need the crosses, so it can go through there and the pipes can go up and down. So basically the rest of the material is all PVC. Now the length of my bar today is 48 inches, or that is 120 centimeters. And the main reason for my bar being that length is because when I went to the hardware store, that's the length that I could get it. If I could get it in a single, it was at that length, and the longer pieces, I got them to cut that in half, and that's what the measurements ended up being.
For a list of everything you need to build this ballet bar, make sure you go to the Dance Parent 101 website. I'll make sure I give you a link down below in the comments. But if you go to the website, head to the Dance at Home section where you'll find a do-it-yourself ballet bar homepage.
We've got our T's. So how many T's have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 T pieces. We've got 2 crosses. And then for our feet, we've got elbows. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if you don't want to use the elbows, I do have another tutorial on different ways of configuring feet. So have a look at that one, and there might be some different options if you can't get any elbows in your store. Now, next thing, size of the pipes that I've used. So these ones here, in length, they're 8 inches. So those are 2 at 8 inches. These 2 along here, 26 inches. And then all these pieces here are actually 10-inch pieces each. And if you're curious to know where I got these measurements from, I did a video at the beginning of all of my research to find out the best height of bar that would suit myself and my kids, and we came up with these 3 measurements, and they're the 3 that I use with all of my do-it-yourself at-home bars.
Not sure how to cut your PVC? Check out the video I made on how to do it.
The next measurement you're wanting to know is the width of the pipe that I'm using. So 1.5 inch wood, 1.5 inch fittings, but do make sure that everything fits. If you can find these pieces in a smaller size, say the 32 millimeter or the 1.25 inch, and you can find dowel that goes through there, use that. But for my purposes, I bought this because if you go watch my other video on the double wooden bar, you'll see how perfectly it fit into the other fittings I use. The other thing I do need to mention is that when you're looking at the fittings, these are fittings for pressure pipe. They're not for your drainage pipe. So make sure that when you go to the store, you're grabbing the right fittings. Now don't worry that there is that little bit of extra sliding. We're going to fix that up with some screws later on. Ready? Yeah. Okay, and to help put this bar together today, I've got my little assistant here, Celine. Are we ready?
Yeah.
You were watching me do all those instructions before, and you said that you know what you're doing. Okay, so go. Do you want me to help? Yeah. Okay, why don't we start with the feet? Yep, what do we need? We need 2 of those. That's right. You know how to do this. Do we do that, or do we need? That's it. So we put the 10-inch in that side, Should I get the mallet? Sorry, I'll grab another tool. Oh. So do you want to hit that in a bit? That's it. And grab another 10-inch and hit it with the mallet. Okay, and now we need to put the feet and the other foot, making sure that the foot goes downwards and that bit goes up. Okay, and do you want to hit it with the mallet? That's it. So we've got, oh, that one probably hit harder. You need to hit it right on the top. That's it. Okay, let's make the other feet. Now we've got our long pieces to go in first. So we put those in. And then we've got our crosses. Nice. Okay, now do you want to pick up one of the pieces of wood? Come in front of me and thread it through that hole. Can you put that up on there? And that up on there. Oh, we don't want it that way. We want it to go this way on top. That's it. And that's it. So can you knock that down now? Is that perfect? You have a try. Is it a good height for you? Yeah? And it's also a good height for mummy. See how these, the 8-inch and 26-inch is great. So Celine's only 5 and that bar is great for her and this high bar is still fine for me. But you're wondering, wait a minute, it's so wobbly. That's right. So what we're going to do next is I'm going to drill a hole and put in a screw into each of these. Now, because it's hanging downwards like that, the best solution would be to drill the hole that way, because it's already, there's a gap up the top. If I try to hold it up, then when you've got the pressure down, you're always going to be pushing against that screw. So what I'll do is that I'm going to drill upwards and put a hole in there. And once I've done the... Which bar should I do first? Should I drill the hole into this bar or this bar?
This one.
Okay, so once I've drilled the hole and onto this side, I'll make sure that I measure here and make sure that that's the same and that I do the same for the top. So let's get drilling. Can you be my assistant and hold that? Okay, so the first one we're going to do is over on that side, and what I do also want to do is I want to leave as the least amount as possible on the outside to also allow the bar to look good, because it really does mean that you get less inside bar because you've got the legs holding the bar up, and it's not this is not the longest bar. You could make a longer bar, but as I said when I went to the shop, these are the lengths and that I could get this wood in, so feel free to make yours longer. I'm just pressing down on the wood. Uh-oh, I moved my wood. Let's see if I can get that hole. This will be interesting, Celine.
I can help you do it.
Okay, I could actually see with that little gap where I'd made my hole in the wood. Okay, now that piece of wood is not going to move from there. Let's do the other side. That one's really moving, isn't it? But what I said, I want to measure I want to measure this part here, so I will need my measuring tape, which is over there. Okay, and what funny length have I done? Oh, I'm pretty good. Exactly 2 inches.
Cool.
So we want to measure exactly 2 inches. So you can see that if I'd left that, there would have been that much of a gap difference. So we want to move this whole bar over to about there. If it's not 100% perfect, that's fine. Another thing that is useful is a level, and my level is right in the middle, so I should be fine right there doing that. Oh, you like both heights. It is still a little bit wobbly, so I don't know whether I need to work out something better with the legs. I'm going to be exploring that soon. But another thing that you might want to do, and I've got another video out showing you how to do it, is either gluing each of these pieces or screwing them. So that'll be depending on what you have at home and what you can do. So gluing or screwing that. I wouldn't glue this bit into here. And the reason, although it would give the bar even more stability, I wouldn't do that. It's just that this way you can take that bit off and you can put it this way. Look, Celine, can you see how I would do it this way? Can you do that one that way as well? Can you lift it up and swish it around? It's a bit hard. Oh, because you hammered it in so well before. Swish it around that way. And then you could store it against a wall. Well, I'm going to have a look at some different ways of doing the feet in another video, and I'll test it out on most of my bars to see if there's some different ways that we can make them a bit sturdier. But for ballet, you are only supposed to be resting your hand on them to give you that little bit of balance anyway. Should we paint it as well?
Yeah.
Great. Do it in another video?
Yeah.
Yep, so we'll look at painting the bar, gluing the bar in another video, and at some different feet. And what about even comparing it to those metal ones that I made?
Yeah.
Lots of other videos there, isn't there? So make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you'll know whenever any of the new videos are out, and give it a thumbs up and a like. And we'll see you next time. Okay, bye.